Pressing on FC24 is pretty strong and can be really difficult to play out from. We're going to explain how you can deal with the press on FC24. First of all, we need to understand why the press is so strong. EA introduced two new things to FC24, an auto AI press and an auto AI overload ball side. First of all, the press is activated when you run a depth higher than 45. Each player will get a lot tighter to the opponent and make it really difficult for them to play out. And this doesn't even include if the player is running a press tactic, for example, press on possession loss. And then to top it off as well, if you run 71 depth or higher, you also get an automatic offside trap and it doesn't push your defenders back when the opponent is on direct passing. So overall, it makes it a lot more compact in the middle. And the automatic overload ball side is when the ball is by the touchline, the team will compact that area, making it really difficult to play in and around on. So with these reasons, you can see why, just from an AI standpoint alone, why the press is so strong on FC24. So how do we deal with that? First of all, we need to identify when the press is activated. So to understand when you are going to be pressed, we first of all need to realize of when we win the ball, this is the easiest time for the opponent to press you and for you to lose it. Now you can see here that the opponent has the ball. He goes for a fizzy pass into the middle, but Kevin De Bruyne reads it. Now we win the ball. I say something which I think can massively help you, which is not to go for a knee-jerk reaction. And what I mean by this is basically going for something that you didn't really even think about. It just happens. And that's where you basically just press the pass button here. If I immediately go and just press pass into the middle, yeah, sometimes I'll be fine and you'll get away with it. But other times when the opponent's running that press, these players will all start to swarm the ball. So one of the ways that you can avoid this is to left stick dribble and turn away from the press and then come out to the fullbacks. The fullbacks are going to be your best friend when it comes for you trying to evade the press. Just look at this here. How we pick the ball up instead of going for that pass immediately. Look how this player steps. Look how this player steps. Instead of going for that pass immediately and receiving it here and then just getting swarmed from this angle and from that angle, I then just turn away, use that, and then bang, the player that he was pressing with there in Diaby is now out and gives us a chance to kind of develop out. Now we need to understand how to deal with a press. So another example of how we can look to beat the press is by remaining calm when you win the ball and switching the ball where possible. Opponent gets that ball down on the line, tries to play it through, we then pick the ball up. I then play the ball across my box, which is quite a risky one, but you can see I don't really have anywhere else to go. Like, this is Salah. Yeah, I could go for that big switch, but a little bit risky maybe on the right foot. A Trivela switch would be okay there. Then I pick it up now and look at this press. Look at the players that he has available. What can I do here? How can I find my way out? Well, this pass here is extremely risky and you cannot do this. The pass to the edge of the box while being swarmed from, again, that angle and then from this angle is super risky. So I then go for that square ball using my fullback again, lay it out, and then we find Rashford. Now I've been testing something which is the long ball plus playstyle, which is what Kimmich has, and it's about how can we look for the L1 and triangle, LB and Y on Xbox. So I'll go for a bit of a risky maneuver here. What I'm thinking about is that basically, and this is what you need to think about when being pressed, where are my options? I have a pass to Kevin De Bruyne here, and I have a pass at the bottom of the screen. You can't see because my webcam, but if you look on the mini map, I have Rashford, the player that we just knocked that ball down with there. So I can either pass there or there. He only has this player to press with. So he's going to step on either one of those lanes. He's either going to go up like that and cover the passing lane, or he's going to go down and like that. Now, most people tend to press the inside ball because the outside ball out towards the wing, you can't really do anything with it. Like, you know, it's better to press on the aggressive on the middle. Thinking about how the opponent is going to press is going to help you understand how to beat the press. So going out wide here would be recommended. Now, I kind of go for that ball roll and then just about get through. Now it's about, okay, I'm in trouble. What do I do? Look at this for a switch ball. if you have players that have the long ball plus play style, or even just the long ball play style, you can go for these L1 triangle crazy balls over to that other side of the wing and then kind of get yourself into these really, really dangerous areas to then kind of evade that press and then get into that final third. But we can't always switch a ball. So what else can we do? So an area where you're going to need to get comfortable with is left stick dribbling. To beat the press, you have to be able to sometimes evade the press with left stick dribbling, okay? You can't always pass your way out to the fullbacks and to wherever you need to be. Sometimes you will need to trust yourself. So you can see how here we're just defending again. You know, as I said, when you're going to get pressed the most is when you win the ball. Now, look, again, just take note of this. This is players running a heavy press themselves and just seeing all of the opponent's team go and pick up. You see how they all just swarm in and just go there like it's crazy. So then I pick it into Rashford. Now, don't panic. I got a left stick dribble out of this, okay? I take that touch away. All right, I'm not going to be able to beat you there. So then I'll go back and then into here. Now, I actually make a vital error here. You think this passing lane is open. Like, I think I can go for this, but it's just so risky. What I should be going here, especially with someone like Virgil van Dijk, who has the long ball play style, just a silver version, go for just a square lobbed pass over to the opposite side of the pitch and look at that space. You really have to remember, if you look on the mini map down here with me, look where all of those white dots are. That's the opponent. That's that automatic overload ball side coming into play. The ball was out over here, so the opponent compacted into that area, got really aggressive. Now I need to switch it. And you can see I make the mistake here, and I go, I can go for that pass. How quickly that swarms off. That press is there from the opponent. He then gets into a really good area, and then obviously works through, and Rashford with that shot on goal. So you can see how even in those sort of chances, what looks like a very simple switch, I switched off. I didn't do it. I went for the pass, and bang, the opponent nearly scores a goal. Sometimes we are going to need to find our strikers who may be occupying free space. Another area where you have to be a little bit comfortable, I think, is going back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is a free outlet all the time, essentially, so you can use them on the occasions. Opponent here drives again down that byline. We defend really, really well, pick that ball up, and then I lay this pass into the middle. And then, as I lay this ball into the middle, I'm thinking, okay, where do I go here? Well, I haven't got the switch on. I can't switch this out. Like, you know, the fullback's there. So how can I go now? Well, I don't want to turn into trouble and try and play my way out. I'm facing my own goal. I always talk about play the way that you're facing. Playing the way that you're facing means whichever body position you're facing at. Yes, obviously, you can left it dribble at times to change where you're facing. But here, okay, let's just play back to there. And do you know what? If I need to go long, I'll go long. If I don't have the pass on that I think I have here, I'll go long. I'll play this over into this channel, in towards the wing. I'll play it into the striker, just open over, and just hope for the best. Get it out and then deal with it there if we need to. But I back myself here and think, okay, I can go for a pass into Van Dijk. It gets a little bit ropey. The pass from the goalkeeper, Pope, wasn't great, as we can see here with the better quality. If you just watch, I press that pass button and then it just overshoots. But not to panic. Now where do I go? Just take a look how 2 to 3 seconds after that initial press, now look at my left back and my right back. They have the room. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go to the right back because I'm kind of facing up there to that left back and the press is coming in from the bottom side. Then I'm out. I'm out. Now I get to go forward and do my own thing, switch the ball. Again, I was testing out these switches with Kimmich. Didn't work there. A bit too much of a big ask, but you get the principle. And to really showcase it one more time, opponent dancing around in the 18-yard box. I pick that ball up. I could pass this straight out here, but when we know the press is coming, my team is getting ready to move forward. His team is getting ready to press forward. So it's basically one going that way and one going that way. And you can get caught so easily by thinking that pass was originally on. Now, De Bruyne's gone. I triggered some runners. So what do? I just switch it out and go, thank you. The left stick dribbling just to make my way out. And then I can build up. Now, the press is gone. Like, now I can play football. Now I can play the game that I want to play. Diaby coming back and tracking all that way. But you get the idea that by just taking 2 to 3 seconds out of the game means that press is gone. You can relax a little bit more and then try and play the game that you wanted to play. Right now, at the minute, one of the things that I struggle with when I'm kind of defending is when I win the ball with my defenders, I immediately go and look for a pass to go forward, to transition forward. One of the things that you can get away to make this better for you and not lose the ball as often is that when you do eventually win it, you can see here I stand up. is instead of trying to look for that pass forward, actually running out towards your goal or out towards the wing yourself, and then kind of going from there. Because what's happening then is you're pulling your player away as the opponent's team is pressing onto these. Again, you're buying yourself those few seconds. You can see that now. Now I can turn and lay that ball out. I try to look for the flick on. Eventually, you know, kind of Kimmich gets there. You can just see how that simple sort of play bought me a couple seconds. Okay, I can see that pass now. Now I'm going to look for it and build myself into that sort of area. So just be very mindful of when you win that ball of initially going, okay, yeah, I can pass this here straight away. If the opponent's running those things that we said about the high depth, the press on heavy touch, press on possession loss, or team press, that's where you really need to be mindful of how you're going to play out, spotting that early on in the game and giving yourself a chance. And do note, you have to be active in understanding when and how an opponent will press, and then that will give you the best chance to play out from it. But if you're struggling to finish your chances on FC24, if you click this video right here, we will help you score more goals.